Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Meet the Internet, the show that gives me an excuse to talk to talented and interesting people from across the internet and gives you the opportunity to meet them.
I'm not talented or interesting. What are you doing?
With me this time is Matt Bragg, also known as AxialMatt, video editor, content producer, and newest member of the internet gaming sensation, Achievement Hunter. Hello, Matt. How are you?
Hey, dude, I'm doing pretty good. You know, it's a solid, Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. It's been downpouring here.
Oh,
it's
really?
been downpouring.
It did that yesterday.
But, you know,
I had a whole community event meetup thing, and we all got soaking wet, and it wasn't just because I saw awesome people. It was because it was raining. So, you know.
Yeah, traditionally that's the case. So let's shoot the shit a little bit.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself. Who is AxialMatt?
I don't know.
Man, you need to go on a soul-searching mission.
That's really it. It's been my life, just trying to figure out who I am. I'll never really know, but you know, whatever. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like to play video games and do dumb shit. That's kind of how I got where I am. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but whatever.
You know.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah. All right then. What was your first gaming experience that you remember?
That I remember. I remember when I was 6, and my parents got me a Super Nintendo, and it was for my birthday. And I opened the box, and I was like, oh, it's just video games. Whatever. I wanted to go outside, you know, do some shit. And then after that, I played Toy Story on my Super Nintendo, and that was the most horrifying experience I've ever had. I don't know if you remember those, like, horrifying Buzz Lightyear levels. But yeah, fuck those. I'm done with it.
No, I unfortunately was a shelter child and did not
Really?
get my first gaming system until I was 7, and that was a Game Boy Color with it Pokemon Crystal.
Well, I mean, you had a lot better first game than me. All right, let's just go ahead and put that out there. But
yeah, I mean, it's like I didn't get Star Fox or anything like that, but I did get a solid game.
Yeah, you did. I never played the original Star Fox actually, which sucks because I love that game. But yeah, no. My first game was like Toy Story on the Super Nintendo.
Dear God, you poor soul.
Yeah, I know, right? But then from there, I was like, let's find better ones of these.
And then the N64 came out, and things started improving.
Exactly.
Things improved dramatically.
After that, I went from like Toy Story, then back to like Mario on the NES. And then I think my cousin, she was like, "Oh, you're playing old school Mario. You gotta play this." And she showed me Mario 64, and from there on, I was just like, "Yeah, so." What was I doing?
This is a thing that I'm gonna keep doing.
And look at the sun, or swim, or some shit like that.
Yeah. Now, what's your favorite game of all time? It doesn't just include the Xbox or the current gen. What's your favorite game of all time?
That's tough. That really is, because there's so many.
I know.
I know a lot of people probably say, "Oh, it's Minecraft." No, I fucking hate that game. At this point, it's like, I mean, wait, no.
Well, I have to ask you a couple of questions later on about it, but
yeah, no, it's okay. I do like the game. It's just now it becomes a exercise in aggravation that I start for myself, where it's like,
yeah,
I have an idea and then I immediately say fuck because I know what I have to do. But I think my favorite game is probably, it's a tie between 3 different Zelda games, and that's just what I'm gonna say. It's either Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, or Twilight Princess. And
you know, I'm actually kind of surprised you weren't a fan of Wind Waker. I thought Wind Waker would be in your territory.
I liked Wind Waker. It's a good game. It's
like Twilight Princess more.
I like Twilight Princess more because Midna is like one of my favorite characters they've added to that series for forever.
Yeah,
because she just doesn't give a shit except about what she wants to do.
I've never played a Zelda game.
Well, I think this is over. We can just, you know, go ahead.
Don't leave.
Off the camera now. We're all done. It was nice talking to you, but now I hate you forever. So sorry about that.
Dear Lord, no, don't
you're,
do that.
You're okay.
Don't.
You're all right. We'll re-educate you. Don't worry.
No, I'm planning on getting a gamepad and just binging on emulators.
Fair enough. I would do it.
Because I have tried on my Xbox 360 wired controller, and holy shit, there is a lost stream of me playing Conker's Bad Fur Day that I wiped from the internet. It does not exist. I have it laying in a backup hard drive on my computer. Yeah, I wanted to play it, and it wouldn't map. The controls would not map.
Which is weird, considering they have a whole Conquer.
They had a mapping system, and I literally would not. It literally wouldn't map, so I couldn't adjust the camera angle.
Really?
So I kept falling off.
Yeah, you want to kill yourself on that, right?
I wanted to, and I'm debating that if I ever become friends with Diabetes and Slow Beef, I'm like, okay, here's a never before seen Retsupre that you have that you can totally make fun of and make me look like a shit, but I accept it. All my friends who saw the stream, we just refer to it as the Retsupre stream because if it ever gets released, we're sending it to Retsupre.
I remember that game, and I like that game so much because like the first time you died, you had a big like little talk with the Grim Reaper, and he's just like, yeah. Just don't fucking do it again, alright? You can only do it so many times because you got tails or something.
I didn't even die. I just kept falling off. I didn't die. It was just falling off.
Oh, God. That's even worse.
Because I kept having to go through the same shit. I was so pissed. I was so pissed, and I just raged. I didn't even get past the first part of the first level. Because I couldn't move my damn camera.
Yeah, no. That game can be very difficult, but it's a fuck ton of fun. It's great.
Yeah. Now, what was your favorite gaming experience?
I
know I'm asking the tough questions.
Yeah, you have like a lot. I think it might be Ocarina of Time, like just finishing it, because for me that game was a several years long journey of just trying to beat it because I never actually purchased that game. My cousin got it. And then she got, as you do in South Carolina, she got knocked up and just, I don't know, I haven't seen her since. But I just, like, inherited all her video games because apparently she didn't want to sell them to get money to feed her kids. She just wanted to leave them in my grandparents' basement, so I just took them. But, I started that game when I was 8, and I was a pussy, so it was, like, Dodongu's Cavern. I literally walked in and turned back around, and I was like, I think I'll go stab chickens for a while, and that's how I played the game. But
stabbing chickens.
Yeah, stab chickens and just do dumb shit the entire time. Again, I'm good at doing dumb shit in games because that's what I did my entire childhood.
Yeah.
But I think after that, like, it was about 2 years before I picked it up again, and I just finally it took like maybe 2 or 3 years for me to fully beat that game, like millimeters at a time, but when I got done with it, I was like, that was a really good game that took me 3 years to beat.
Yeah.
But now I play it and it's like, oh, I'm done in like 6 hours. I don't care. Whatever, it's great.
Like practically speed running the game.
Yeah, well, I've beaten it. That's a game I've beaten about 40 or 50 times.
Wow.
I used to play it once a year just because it was one of my favorites, but now I don't because I'm lame.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, it's time, man. Time's crazy.
Yeah, time is indeed a crazy thing. So we're gonna take a quick break. All right, we're back.
Oh, we're back? Awesome.
We're back. Yeah, there's gonna be little breaks in between the video because my new camera is kind of like, cool, I'm only gonna record in 20-minute intervals, so I kind of gotta like. Yeah, really it's a DSLR, you know, kind of does that stuff.
Actually, no, seriously, that's how they do. They're a pain in the ass, and I hate them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, so now we come to the next segment. What brought you to the internet?
Dial-up originally.
I was more kind of saying what experience was.
I guess if you mean like to making stuff or
no, just like going on the internet that made you like say, "Oh man, this is cool."
Oh man, well, Neopets was probably the first thing if I had to think of anything. You know, back then in like I don't know middle school, everybody was like, "Check out on my Neopets, I'm so cool," and I was like, I can do that on the weekends at my grandma's house, and if we don't use the phone for 6 hours.
God, back in those days where you couldn't use the phone, I remember those days.
Dial up, man. They
That's mainly the reason why I was not on the internet, because I was so slow to get past dial-up.
It took so long, right?
Yeah.
I shit you not. I went over to my grandparents about 6 to 8 months ago, and they still had dial-up.
Jesus.
Like, but they don't use the internet because I don't go over there anymore. But yeah, no, that was my first like taste of the internet. I used to play a Mirka Chase, which was basically just Snake with a Neopet. So
Jesus.
But yeah, so that was like my original stuff that I did on there, and then like, you know, from there on, I think there was MySpace for a while. You know.
Yeah, that was a thing.
That was a thing. And,
I came very late to the internet and social media.
Yeah,
very late.
Facebook took it over, and like I occasionally get emails from MySpace being like, "Remember high school?" And I was like, "I try to forget."
I try to forget it. Go away. I
away.
thought I killed you.
I think I should try and delete my MySpace account, but I don't know how.
Yeah, it's like I don't know my damn password at internet anymore. Like I don't know my internet. I don't know.
How does internet?
How does one internet?
Yeah.
Next in line.
Okay.
What brought you to Rooster Teeth or Achievement Hunter? What brought you to it, and what made you like it?
Red versus Blue originally.
It seems to be most people who are in here an old time.
Well, I watched it at my friend's house because he had internet and he lived across the street, but I didn't have it here. So I would just watch stuff over there, and he saw it, and he's like, oh, it's Halo, it's funny, we play Halo sometimes, so we watched it. And I didn't keep up with it too much originally. And I think I saw it again in high school, and just because my friend, he watched it too, and we like caught up on it and all that. It was a fun thing. Then college, I started watching the RT shorts, like, while I was in labs and stuff, because, you know, why bother learning in college? It's boring. And after college, I just had some stuff I was kind of going through, and I just didn't really have anything to do, so I remembered, hey, I liked Red versus Blue, I should catch up on that, and then from there, I just kind of started doing more stuff in the community, and now I'm apparently getting paid to go there, so I don't know. That's
Yeah. What made you want to be an
story.
achievement hunter? What made you want to do that?
When they were like, hey, we're gonna hire you on stage. And
I was more talking about hunting achievements for the community.
Oh, for the community.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of realized, because I used to do a live stream on Twitch, and I quit that because my internet's a piece of shit here.
Yeah.
I realized I liked entertaining people, and I also liked playing video games. So.
And you could do both.
Yeah, I could do both there. So that was kind of how I started doing that, and I just saw the community there to be a good place to kind of, you know, branch out and start stuff like that. Excuse me.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah, well, that's true because the Achievement Hunter community is really supportive, and, you know, even if they suck, if you suck, they'll let you know, but then they'll be like, you suck, but here's how you can improve, and you know, do stuff like that. I mean, no one ever told me how to improve, so I still suck, but
well, you couldn't suck so much. I mean, you did get hired at RTX.
That's gonna be the biggest mistake Jeff's ever made. He'll look back.
Are you sure it's not gonna be Gavin?
He'll look back on it from underneath a bridge, just like, man, why did I do that? I ruined everything.
Now, what was the first game you completed?
For achievements, I guess.
Yeah, just completed for an achievement.
I don't remember. I want to say Sonic All-Stars Racing, because that was
God, you poor
easy.
soul.
Yeah, hey, I like that game, alright? I'm a big fan of, the Mario Kart type stuff, but, actually, it might be Banjo-Kazooie or something like that.
Yeah, wait, which one? Nuts and Bolts?
Banjo-Kazooie first.
Okay.
2E after that, and then Nuts and Bolts.
Alright, that's good.
Because I did complete Nuts and Bolts, and then also bought DLC to finish it up, because I actually really like that game. It's not a Banjo-Kazooie game at all, but I just like the game.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I have something where I like blocks and making them work together and look cool or something.
Yeah.
Like that. But, you know.
Now, what was the hardest achievement you had to get?
I would probably... There's been a lot that have been a pain in the ass, but I can't, I remember them in the moment. I don't... If I had to think of any, I'd probably go with Monument to All My Sins or whatever from Reach.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, super good at Halo. I'm good enough that I can hold my own, but when it gets down to, hey, here's 40 elites, good luck.
Yeah. That's a thing.
Yeah, no. I don't know how I beat it yet. I remember spending a long time, days on it, just trying, hey, today is getting done with this level day, and after that, whatever.
Mm.
But that'd probably be the hardest one I remember. There's some others, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what was the hardest game you ever had to complete?
I had to complete? I don't have to complete shit. I don't do
Well, that you did complete.
I would be prone to say Halo 4, but I'm not done with that because I completed that game 3 times now, and they're just like, here's more achievements, and I'm like, fuck you.
So we'll put that as a work in
yeah,
progress.
a work in progress. I might
Yeah.
get back to it eventually. My gamer score is fucked up because of that game.
Yeah.
And I decided to leave it because I wanted to have a 999 photo for my gamer score. But I don't know. I'm getting pretty close to finishing Viva Pinata, and that's been like years in the making.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I ever finish that, I'd say that's probably the hardest, just because you have to like trade with people and do all this shit, and I don't know. I might never finish it, but it's been fun. You know, I love Viva Pinata.
Yeah.
But
now, what is the achievement you're most proud of? I have to ask this because people are going to be asking you this stuff constantly.
Man, I should probably have answers to these, huh? I don't know. I really don't.
All right.
I've got nothing. All my sins. I was pretty proud I did that. I did one in Halo 4
we'll just call back to the hardest one you had to do and just say you're really proud of that.
Yeah, I could be like do some Minecraft shit. On a Rail was fun because we my friends and we all did that, and then one friend, he couldn't get it. He spent like 2 hours like, why did this work for you guys? I'm riding the same fucking rail, and then he realized he had it already. So that was pretty fun.
God damn it fucked up. Wait, I already got it.
I was just like, maybe you already got it. He's like, no, I'm not that stupid, really, and he was that stupid. So whatever.
All right. Well, quick break.
Okay.
All right.
I clapped.
And we're back.
Right.
So, what made you want to edit videos and post them online and onto the Achievement Hunter community?
Self-hatred.
Okay, that's a thing.
No. Oh, yeah.
You may want to see a psychiatrist about that.
Yeah, I probably should. I don't know, like, editing and stuff had always been something when I was a kid I was interested, because, like I said, I really like entertaining people. I'm bad at it, but I like doing it. And, even from when I was a kid, I always wanted to kind of, figure out how they did all that stuff. And it was just like 2 or 3 years ago, I kind of decided, hey, I'll start doing this. And I have a background in computer engineering, so picking up the editing programs was pretty simple and easy. So I was like, yeah, whatever.
All right, that works. I was about to ask you, what do you use to record and edit videos, like equipment and software and stuff? For those who saw the Community Hunter panel, I'm fairly certain I saw Premiere.
Yeah, I did. I used Premiere Pro, and
yeah.
I have a POG HD PVR for my video capture.
Yeah.
And I'm using my snowball. I'll pick it up and ruin the audio and be like, hey, look at that. That's a snowball.
That's a snowball.
Yeah, that's what the mic I use. And
somebody's going to ask me this stuff one day, and I'm going to have to go through a long list of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Originally, I used a Rock Band mic because...
You know, those are honestly pretty solid.
They are.
Considering.
They're pretty solid microphones. You have to hold it up like this whole time, but I mean, whatever.
Well, you could always just like use duct tape.
That is true. I mean, I didn't have any back then because I
you
was
had no duct tape
then than I am now, which is crazy. Crazy. Wow, I'm dumb.
Even crazy.
Insane. We'll go with that one. That's the right word. But yeah, that's all the stuff I use for it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't have like a drive. Other than I enjoy doing it.
Oh, that's good. Well, what's your method when you record and edit? Like, what do you do?
For recording. If it's like for like I guess I'll use Megacraft as an example because that's what I've been doing a lot lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Megacraft is an exercise in aggravation where you basically find the map, and if it's an Xbox map, it's like, well, now I have to talk to the person and be like, hey, I want to come out and look at this, and then you have to coordinate with them, and then you have to also be like, I might need you for up to 2 hours because I like to do a lot of looking around and all that. Then when you get in the map, it's like, let's load up the map, and that takes like 20-30 minutes. And then you have to go around and like on the fly think of shots that look good. And then you also should try and get as much of it as possible. Like, I had one map I recorded like 2.5 hours for, just because I didn't want to ever go back there again, because it's like, just going back there for a 30-second shot, that's still about 20 minutes to an hour. Yeah. Depending on whether or not the person's available at all, So that's a pain. If it's a PC map, though, it's just like, fuck, I don't care. I'm going to download this, gonna put it up, record it, done.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the whole thing. It's not hard at all for PC, but I love doing Xbox maps. I get to talk to people while I'm doing them, but
yeah,
it's a bit more of a hassle. So I would rather record a lot more than I need than less, because then I'm just trying to fill in the gaps instead of going back and actually doing a good job with it, you know?
Yeah.
But that's pretty much how it is for everything I film. I would rather have a lot more than less, like things to do in if I ever make them, which I do pretty frequently.
Yeah.
Those are like, yeah, I know that we did this already and we got the shot. Let's just do like 8 more, because why not? You know. But that's for the community. Like, you know, Achievement Hunter's different. They just live do it and whatever. But with the community, we have to kind of keep our videos at 5 minutes, you know. So
yeah.
That's still,
you can't do the hour-long Minecrafts in three installments like Achievement Hunter does.
There's probably a good reason behind that. And
yeah.
that'll be very apparent when I'm there, but you know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Now, you're known for Minecraft, and this will be the last question for now. I mean, what attracted you to the game, and what is the creation you are most proud of?
Nothing attracted me to that game. Absolutely nothing. I made fun of it for the first 6 months it was out, and I told everybody they were fucking dumb for playing it. I was like, this is a stupid game. There's no point. Absolutely nothing. I ripped that game a new asshole, and the irony is not lost on me at all.
The irony is, like, you can taste it. I can taste it from Rhode Island.
It's just like one of those things where it's like my life is just built around making me look stupid. So I knew as soon as I said shit about it, I'd play it and then be like, oh, actually, there's this I could do and all this. So, yeah. I love the creation aspect of it. I'm not so much the survival, but the creation.
Hence creation mode.
Yeah. Creative mode is like a godsend to me. Because, I don't know if you knew, but a lot of the stuff I originally made was in survival mode. And it was big as dicks, and I did not like doing that at all.
Now, what was that? Now, of your creations, what's the one that you spent the most time on, and what's the one that you're most proud of?
The one I spent the most time on hasn't come out yet. And
okay.
Depending on my dedication to it, it may never come out. I'll be very upset if it doesn't. Yeah, I've been working on it for like a year, off and on, and I remember I wanted to show it off at the Community Hunter panel at last year's RTX.
Jesus.
And I'm very ambitious sometimes, and I probably could have gotten it done if I worked every day like I did on like Achievement Raceway or something like that. But after you've been doing this so frequently, it's like there's no drive for something that's going to take that long. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I can't talk about that one anymore.
Okay.
I've talked about it a few times, but
now what's the one you're most proud of?
Probably that Griffball helmet. Good one. I don't know. It's something about it. Like whenever I see it, I'm like, oh, that's a Halo helmet. And then I go inside, and there's like a Griffball arena, and it's a really cool experience.
Yeah,
it's one of those things
that one was pretty damn awesome.
Everything around you is encapsulated in it, so that's kind of the cool thing about it. I don't know. Like I like the Raceway too, but there were gaps in its like design, so I wasn't fully engrossed in it. I don't know. I'm weird.
Yeah.
But
now, are you excited to work at Achievement Hunter to be one of the new Minecraft guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Much excitement for
so
Minecraft.
Much excitement.
Yes, I love Minecraft. Yeah, I am actually. It's pretty exciting, and we actually got to watch some people at RTX, like Jeremy and I. We built something for Achievement City, and it's going to be a Let's Play and all that. And we got to watch some of the people at RTX going around Achievement City, and the stuff we built was there. So we just got to watch as they tried to get to it and tried to explore it in their little limited time to walk around the city.
They're like, oh shit, I gotta go.
And the thing is, it's visible from Achievement City, and it's fucking huge. So
yeah,
a lot of people went over there to look at it, but that was, of course, after they went through the Do Not Enter tunnel, which, you know, has something incredibly great behind it. But
Do not enter.
Yeah, can't talk about it. It's a whole thing.
Yeah,
But
no.
I can tell
I
you
wasn't
I'll
at
probably
RTX,
be-
so I don't get to see this.
Yeah,
Which makes me sad.
I'll probably be fixing that eventually.
Yeah.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, that may be a challenge. So we're gonna take a quick break. All right, now we're getting to the questions you all are really here for. So at RTX, as anybody
So
who hasn't,
none of them?
so
No questions at all? Cool.
So at RTX, anybody who doesn't live under a rock knows you got hired at the Achievement Hunter panel. How does it
I did?
feel? Like, what was your experience there, and how does it feel now?
It's difficult to really describe my experience there because I was very tired that day. I did not sleep like 2 nights before that. Not even like the night before, like
But 2.
multiple nights. And it was one of those things where it's just like I didn't actually think that was going to happen. Jeff had told Caleb to let us know that we're going to ask that question. We're going to ask like the how do you get hired or can I get hired type thing. And we were told they were going to tear us a new asshole and also to bring like a change of clothes because they were going to like throw shit at us and it was going to be like sticky and nasty and all that.
Yeah.
And I had we had the community hunter panel like right after that. So that was that was something we were like, fuck.
This is not
We're
good.
gonna-
Not
we're
good.
gonna need to take a shower before all this shit. But anyway, so we had no idea about that at all. We just thought they were gonna do a whole thing, and it was like kind of a surprising thing where it's like, oh shit, all right, cool. And I just walked up. If I was not tired, I probably would have actually been like, holy fuck, and then done like a whole thing. But
you were kind of just like, I am
I was like,
alive right now, and
right,
that's about
cool.
it.
I'll come up there with you guys. Awesome. Shook hands with everybody, and it's probably a good thing I was tired. I probably would have embarrassed myself more if I wasn't. But
Yeah. There were probably 1.5 million fangirls who were like, oh my god, why isn't he so excited?
Yeah, no. I think Jeremy and I were both kind of just like, the thought had crossed our mind that might happen, I'm sure. But we didn't know, It's still...
Yeah.
We'd had some conversations before that with various people, but that was all still tentative stuff, and we had no idea. But it was great. It's fucking fun.
Yeah, I'm glad. I think everybody's glad for you, especially the community hunters.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
how was the
don't know
rest
why.
of RTX? How was the
We'll
rest of
decide if
RTX?
they're glad in a few months whenever we start doing something.
Yeah. How was the rest of RTX?
RTX was great. Like, I can't describe how awesome it was to be able to meet all you people, like, internet stuff.
I'm so
'Cause-
happy,
Yeah,
but I'm also
I'm
sad I
so-
couldn't
we're
actually
there.
meet you.
Well, you're talking to me now, so...
Yeah, that works. I got the only interview of you ever, and the only interview of you after you got hired. So it's like I'm pretty
got,
good
like,
right
the
now.
worst interview ever.
I'm sorry.
settle
I'm
for
sorry. I had
ads.
to abandon interviews because they were so bad. I don't think yours
Yeah.
is the worst.
Really? Well, give it time. It's still going.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was just great to meet people, and I have a lot of friends on the site anyway, and just getting to see them, and then on Sunday I'm sure they all hated me, but then they got me stuff anyway, and it was nice.
Yeah.
But,
Just think of all the free merch you're gonna get at Rooster Teeth. You're not even gonna
it's
need
great.
new
I don't have to go buy
clothes.
clothes anymore. It's so nice.
You're not even gonna need new clothes.
Yeah. No. Well, it was just it's awesome because the community is always supportive of stuff like that anyway, and
Yeah.
I had like it was weird, but before I got hired, where I had people wanting me to sign shit, and I'm like, why? This is just gonna be ruined for you. Like some kid wanted me to sign like his Kindle or something,
Oh yeah.
and I asked him like 5 times. I was like, you sure you want me to sign this? Because it's never gonna be worth more than right now if I sign it. Because as soon as I sign it, the value's 0. That's what it's set at. And Gavin had already signed it too. And he's like, no, just sign it right under Gavin. And I just kind of stopped and I looked and I was like, first of all, it's above Gavin. Above. But second of all, seriously, I'm going to ruin this.
Seriously. And then you got hired.
Yeah, and then I got hired, so, it's extra ruined. So.
Yeah, extra ruined. Now, what was the weirdest moment you had at RTX, the funniest moment you had at RTX, and besides getting hired, what was the best moment you had at RTX?
I think the best moment, I'll answer that one, was after I got hired, I had to go, like, Caden was texting me, and my phone's a piece of shit, so I didn't get the texts. And someone finally grabbed me, and I had to go sign Xboxes that they were giving away with all the Achievement Hunter signatures on them. Which, that was weird, because before this, I'd just been signing shit AxialMatt, so I had to, like, make that decision very quickly. Do I just do Matt? Yeah, sure, whatever. When I get back there, Katie, she's all happy to see me and all that, and then she hands me a pin to sign the stuff. And I get it, I signed it, and then after I get done signing it, one of the Guardians, he walks up, is like, "What color's that pin?" And I was like, "Oh, it's gold." And then he looks at the cases. All the other ones are in silver, but mine's in gold.
Holy shit!
And I'm just sitting, he's like, "We have to mark over. We have to do that." I'm like, "Oh no, I'm clearly the best one here."
I'm clearly the best one. Katie favorited me the most.
Yeah, just leave it. And then he was like, "But I'm like, no, it's done." And then he just had this really concerned look on his face. I was like, "No, seriously, I'll help you. Here you go. We'll fix this." Okay, it's all silver. Don't worry. But
yeah.
That was the best moment. Just
I would have taken pictures of it just to say, this is what happened and this is what they made me do.
It's just weird because, like, my signature is a piece of shit anyway. And then I signed over it with, like, silver. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I was pro leaving it gold just because it was a funny accident. But
yeah.
But I get it. I understand. It was important shit.
Yeah.
But I don't really know whether, like, a weirdest moment, like I said, where I signed the... Or no, I take it back. This dude is really, really tall guy.
Well,
like,
hold up. I only have a minute left. We'll restart
I'll
this.
Hold this exact position.
All right, now, what was the story?
Okay,
the story.
There's this dude, he's really tall, like he was taller than me, and I'm like 6 feet tall, so I'm not super used to that. And he was this really big dude, and he was wearing Sergeant Dangle from Reno 911. You know, like the cop with the short shorts.
Yeah.
He had like a cosplay of that, and
Jesus.
I was up there. I was looking at the Achievement City people playing. And kind of just making fun of him, like, yeah, you should go through there and all that shit. And he has a Guardian come get me because he wants me to sign shit for him and take pictures with him. And that was just, like, the weirdest experience ever because, first of all, it's, like, cop uniform. And then, like, I zoom down, it's, like, short shorts. Okay.
Okay, this is weird. This is going to be a weird photo.
And it's just, like, he's so much taller than me. And I want to see those pictures so badly. But
he's like Andre the Giant.
He was huge, and I was like, I'm gonna like wrap and kind of grapple onto you because I'm assuming you want me to be in frame with you. So I'm just gonna kind of like not completely hug you, but like kind of half do that and get up.
You're like, yeah.
And he's like, no, dude, anything. I'm like, okay. And it was probably weirder to me because I can understand, like, I guess younger people liking stuff like this, but he was a little bit older, and so all of his friends were too, and it was just weird to me. But
you guys are probably older than me, and you're asking for my picture.
Exactly. It's like I don't know. It might have been like the Dangle cosplay too, but it was weird. I don't know why, but I loved it. It was great. He was a very strong man. Picked me up, as all that whole thing.
I lift things up and put them down. All right, now you had to drive from RTX and back. What was that like?
Like, I don't even know how to describe it.
Now, I heard that you also had somebody come with you. So tell me the whole story.
Dude, I don't know if he's gonna see this. I don't want to tell that story because I'm gonna be very mean and insulting to him. But
probably he'll never see it. I'm a little shit.
Man, I might not retweet anything about this just because.
No, never mind that. Never mind. I need the retweet.
No, fuck, he probably won't listen. He's a Marine.
Oh yeah.
He was a person that I rode 18 hours
a person.
With. And I like to think that I can pretty quickly become fast friends and have a flowing conversation and all that. Like, you and I haven't talked too frequently other than right now, but we're conversing. But that guy, it was just like pulling teeth the entire time. Like, all right, hey. So conversation, and then about halfway through it died, and we never found it again. But he also would be like, I'd be talking, and like halfway through it, he'd just be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hit the rack," and he'd like lean back and just go to sleep, and I'm like, all right, cool, guess I'm driving now. But I actually didn't mind that because I didn't like talking to him.
Yeah.
But then he also did a lot of stuff in our loft that was why I was up for several days, and that pissed me off quite a bit. I knew I was going to be sharing a bed with somebody. Didn't plan on sharing a bed with like 3 other people though. That was great.
Uncomfortable.
He brought other people in and like
Yeah, I heard about that.
I mean, if his car was not in my driveway, I would have just been like, "Oh, sorry, they need me a couple extra days. I know you need to get back for leave, so have a fun time getting a flight." But yeah, fuck that.
You're just never. Did you know him beforehand, or
met him when he pulled in my driveway, and I told him to get here at like 3 p.m. and he got here at noon, and he just fell asleep in the middle of the road in his car. He didn't even pull in my driveway. I was like, okay, I don't know why you did that. Didn't let me know until 3 p.m. But whatever. Never doing that again.
Yeah.
But I do
just never having random people drive with you for 18 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I can do like the 18 hours there. I can normally do by myself. Like that's a straight shot.
Even though you took a flight, there were pictures of you on Twitter taking a flight.
That was before that.
Yeah, I know.
That was they flew me down for 2 weeks, or not 2 weeks, a week, to work at, just to kind of fill in the gaps where like Michael and Lindsay were gone and stuff like that. But yeah, that I took a flight for that. But
yeah,
I have to do that drive one more time to get my car down there, and never again.
Never again.
Never
hopefully.
Again. I will never do that. It's like right about the time you get through Louisiana, it's like you hit Texas and you realize you still have like 6 to 8 hours more driving to do, and you just want to pull over and die right there.
You're just like, kill me now, please.
Well, I actually think like it was in Louisiana. We got gas, and I just told the other dude, I was like, hey, I'm gonna sleep so I can drive the last leg of this in Texas. You just you can drive, right? And he's like, yeah, I got it. That was the good advantage of having him. He could drive.
Yeah, that's the good advantage. You're like, cool, I can sleep for a minute.
But I let him drive the rest of the way through Louisiana, and I woke up in Texas. I was like, thank God I have to deal with that. Like, I'm in Texas now, like 8 to 10 more hours.
Yeah,
it's hard. But I think like the only funny thing that happened to me on the road there this time was like in Alabama, a homeless guy walked up and asked for money, and that shouldn't be a funny thing when I say it, but he walked up and asked, and I was like, I didn't have any cash because I was just doing cards for all that, and he was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, even any silver or anything like that, and I was like, you mean change? Like pocket change? He's like, yeah, that. So I gave him all the change in my pocket because I didn't care about that, and then he was like, thank you, and then he went in for like a fist bump, and it went like this, where he came and he was like wavering, and I was like, yeah, oh, damn it. And then we tried again because we're dumb, and it was, oh, damn it. And then finally I was just like, I grabbed his hand and I was like, we're doing this. That was it. It was like the weirdest time I've ever done anything like that. But
with a homeless person.
He was, I don't think he cared after the first one, but I was like, no, we're doing this. This is happening. Please, for the love of God, let's get it right this time.
We have to get it right for my sanity.
Yeah. But and I
still got 12 hours left.
Too. Do what?
I still got 12 hours left. I need my sanity.
I needed it. But yeah, I have to do that one more time, and this time might be the worst one because there's going to be family involved because they're helping me move. If I can find an apartment, that is. Fuck if I know. I'm still trying to do that.
Yeah. That's a thing.
Yeah. No one told me about like apartments being that difficult to get in Texas, especially when it's like you've worked for yourself for the last like 2 years and you have not been working at the company yet. So a lot of people are like, no, you're not gonna have money, but anyway, that's all right.
Now this is gonna be the last break. This is gonna be the last one, I promise.
Okay.
Now this is the last bit.
Okay.
What are your what are your plans for working at AH? What are your achievement hunter?
I don't know.
How are you feeling about it?
It's pretty good. I'm excited to start working there, but I have no plans. I mean,
all right. Well, you plan on moving to Austin, so that
is the thing. I need to figure out how to do that. I'm supposed to start like the 1st.
Jeez.
I don't even have a place yet, but I haven't packed.
What about Jerem? Isn't Jerem gonna be down there?
Yeah, I know we're gonna probably be working together, but I'm not at liberty to say what all we're gonna work on yet. And there's
yeah, no. I was more just kind of like saying, hey, couldn't you room with him?
Well, he's got a fiance, so
yeah.
I'm kind of thinking that might not be
the most advantageous thing.
Yeah, no. I'm pretty I'm a tolerable guy, but I'm pretty sure anybody that's ever lived with me wanted to shoot me immediately. And I completely understand that. I support it even. But
yeah, I support it.
Yeah, no, I don't think that he would enjoy that for too long. He and I get along,
yeah.
But that's the quickest
that might
way
be a thing
to end friendships. But
yeah. Now, are you going to be releasing any of those last things for the community channel?
What do you mean?
Or doing anything else for the community channel? Or since you're now staff, can you not do anything?
Yeah, I don't know. I know that the last thing I've done for the community so far has been the panel. We did a video there, and that got uploaded last week. And you should all watch it. It's a pretty funny video made by I Say What. He's quite talented at making faces that make me laugh.
Yes, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love James.
James,
also known as Jiminy Jamity on Twitter.
Or Games. You should call him Games. He loves that.
Games.
Yeah, he made some funny shit. The thing I like most about Games is that he knows us really well, and he knows what's going to make us laugh, and that reaction really makes the videos, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, he's a talented individual, and I love hanging out with him. But that's the last thing I know of. I know I've had a lot of people ask me about Megacraft.
Yeah, I was about to ask the one question everybody's been asking: who gets Megacraft?
Preemptively knew that was going to happen. The answer right now is I don't know. If I'm gonna pass it on to anybody, which I don't know if that's a thing.
A thing.
We've talked a little bit about it, and it's kind of just been like, I think it's like kind of understood that it might go, but because I know Bernie and Jeff liked it, and there's like a bunch of people like it up there, but I don't know. We haven't had like an official talk about it, like.
If it maybe gets brought up to the actual Achievement Hunter channel.
And I mean, I think it could survive. I'd probably have to, modify some stuff to make it a little bit more
amusing.
Yeah, amusing. Maybe cut some of the content.
I'm not saying it's not amusing. I'm just saying,
everybody
is too high of it.
So.
I was just predicting your response.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like I really like looking at all the maps, and a lot of them are really good, but some of them are much better. So there's none of them are bad by any means, but it's like I feel like I might have to kind of have a little bit of a bar raising thing,
Yeah.
Like, this is where I'm drawing the line. It's not that I think your map is bad, but I'm just very easily
It's
impressed.
just not up to snuff for what we need to put on the channel.
So there'll probably be like a review that is more than just me, because I kind of I'll look at stuff and it might not necessarily be super impressive, but I know the work that went into it, so I'm like, that's great, and then use it anyway. But we'll be trying some new things if it goes to the main channel. If not, then somebody else will be trying some new things. Maybe, I don't know. Fucking.
Yeah.
I know Hybrid would probably be the one that knows the most about it, because Hybrid helped me make the intro once, and then I didn't like what we did, so I refilmed it. And that was like a 5-hour process that I hope I don't have to do ever again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're still having talks with that, so maybe it'll be on the main channel. Maybe it'll be in a dark dumpster somewhere. You never know.
Who knows?
But
now, last question.
Okay.
And then you get to plug all your shit.
I have shit to plug. Okay, cool. Good to know.
What's your advice to a new community hunter that wants to make a career or enjoy editing videos, producing content, and not necessarily just for Achievement Hunter or Community Hunter?
I would say, first of all, make sure that your main goal isn't just to get a job, because I understand that that's like a big goal, and even for me, it was one of those things where, in the back of my mind, I always thought, yeah, that'd be really cool if that happened, but I was doing this primarily as like practice and to a degree making a name for myself with stuff I like to do, you know.
Yeah.
My primary concern was, you know, making a good video, or at least, you know, good by my standards, which is shit. But if I thought it was funny and I liked it, then I just, you know, whatever, go along with it. And that's kind of like the key thing. You gotta have something that you enjoy, because there's...
You know, I had Tim Leftwich on here, and he said that you needed a labor of love on your channel.
True.
You needed to do something that you really love.
Yeah, if you don't like what you're doing, then you're just gonna... It's gonna go in...
I'm going to college for this shit.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's like, I like entertaining people, and I like playing video games, so...
It worked.
It worked. And the Minecraft stuff, I always enjoyed just making a world to a degree. And, you know, it was always kind of a thing where I have friends that, like, I'd come up with concepts for things, and then, like, I'd make the arena for it, but they'd be like, why even bother? All you need for the video is just make the concept and show it works. You just, you know. But I enjoyed making it look nice and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, you enjoyed saying, hey, this is how we want it to look, and this is how it works.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that set me apart originally, and then just, you know, other stuff followed and stuff like that. And especially after you do it for a while, you just kind of get into a groove that you find and you set, and it's like, it's all fun, you know? It just becomes easier and easier to do as you progress. So I would say just go at it not expecting anything except to be honing your craft and basically, you know, finding something that you enjoy making in it, you know? I know so many people, they also say that, or think that they need to have like a series on the community channel to be like stand out. But in general, the way that works is you stand out and then you can have a series. You don't necessarily have to have one. Like,
you need to be like, hey, this is a good gamer. This guy makes good videos. He's good commentary. Now we'd like to see what else you can do.
Exactly. And like, if you have an idea that you think is great and you believe in it, that's good. I've had a few that I wanted to make, but they were kind of a time-consuming thing, and, you know, whatever. But Megacraft was something I always thought should exist there anyway. Especially after people really liked the maps that were being made for like the Let's Plays and stuff like that. I didn't make it earlier, though, because they were still taking map submissions. And I was just like, yeah, no, I'll let people do their own thing. That's them. I don't want to step on toes. But after they stopped taking map submissions, I was like, okay, now let's consider that idea. And Jeff and I actually talked about it at RTX last year. And he wanted to kick me the idea, and then like he started the description, and I just said stop, and I was like, I've already started working on it. It's been like a couple months in the making already, so yeah. But you know, that's the thing. You have to find something you're passionate about, and don't just do something because that's like what other people did to get in a higher position. You know, do what you like, and if you enjoy it, that's all that really matters. Other people will follow.
Exactly.
The internet's a scary place where if you don't like your own shit, then, you know.
There's no point in doing it.
Yeah.
Alright, now this is the time where you get to plug all your shit and say, oh man, follow me and subscribe and do all this shit.
You can follow me at AxialMatt. That's AXIAL Matt. Fucking email address. On Twitter. That's my thing. Do the Twitter. You should probably cut that part of my email address, please.
Yeah, I'll just go. Burp.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'll just find a beat.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's my Twitter at AxialMatt. That's you know, I'm AxialMatt on the Rooster Teeth site, the Achievement Hunter site. You know, you can send me messages and all that. I'll reply, maybe, probably not.
Maybe, yeah. Hopefully.
No, I normally do reply. I've got a lot to do, but you know.
I don't think you've accepted my request on the RT site.
Well, it depends what your request is for.
No, just like to be friends.
It's bullshit. I haven't. Check it right now. I guarantee you I haven't done that.
All right. Well, I can't check it because I'm filming, but I will check it.
All right. Cool.
All right. And is there? I heard that somebody took AxialMatt on Tumblr.
Someone did take AxialMatt on Tumblr. That guy did that 10 months ago, and he posted. To be fair, he posted something that made me laugh. So I was like, I'm okay with this.
Okay, I can deal with this. I can deal with this.
Yeah, but seriously, that guy needs to go die in a hole, and I'll be killing him soon. But we'll find it. We'll get that eventually. I don't know.
We'll get that.
Should I make a Tumblr? Is that like a thing I should do?
Yeah, you should probably make a Tumblr because we all see how everybody at Achievement Hunter gets loved. So now you get to personally experience the love.
That, huh? I actually a lot of people. I know Abe and Star Exorcist. If you know them, they've been drawing.
Yeah, I know them.
Me like they're French girls or something like that. And
draw me like your French girls.
Yeah, like I think they drew me as a badger or something, and I was like,
yeah, I was in these streams. I was in some of these streams.
Yeah.
I was in Star's stream when this happened.
I don't know. I guess I get it because
at Star Exorcist on Twitter, Tumblr, and every goddamn thing you can think of.
And I don't know Abe's I'm new to all this shit. I don't plug shit. You know.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't follow me.
No, you're pretty awesome. Well, thank you, Matt. I really appreciate it. Matt Bragg, everyone.
That's me. Should probably change my last name too, huh? Man, I'll go with
maybe you should just make it Matt Axial and just work from there.
Axial.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, and thank all of you for joining me and Matt on this episode of Let's Meet the Internet: Our Triumphant Return. Woo. So you can follow me at all of the amazing things that you've probably seen me on. That's Sexy Guy Mike on Twitter. That's Sexy Guy Mike on Tumblr, and That's Sexy Guy Mike on YouTube. So thank you for joining me. Thanks, and remember, stay sexy. Woo-hoo.